What if I told you that most Riverside landlords are leaving thousands of dollars on the table every single year? I'm about to show you 4 strategies that helped one of our clients add $2,800 of net income annually and cut their vacancy time by 43%. Stay tuned because by the end of this video, you'll know how to transform your rental property from a headache into true passive income. Hey everyone, my name is Jarrett Allen. I am the Vice President of PMI Riverside. We are a professional property management company in Riverside, California, and we specialize in helping our owner clients become successful investors. And hey, if you're serious about maximizing your rental income, please make sure to subscribe and like the video. We drop new content like this every week. Today, I'm going to share the exact 4 strategies we use backed by real data and have generated thousands in additional income for property owners just like you. So, let's dive into strategy number 1. Strategy number 1 is adjusting your rent strategically based on actual market data. And this is huge because most landlords are either undercharging or overcharging, and both are costing them money. Why does this matter? Well, because having your rental property at exactly market value means that you have maximized your potential rental income. Now, you can raise it above that market value, but it's not really recommended because tenants are then more likely to leave. The key here is to just never have that issue again by getting a rental analysis, just annually, every year. And that's just not looking at what your neighbor is charging or doing anything like that. It's a comprehensive analysis that looks at your property's specific location, condition, amenities, and market timing. Now, when you do raise the rent, remember the limit to yearly increases is 10%. Again, if you're going to raise your rent above market value, it's going to cost you. It usually leads to turnover, and turnover costs you way more than that extra rental income. We're talking about vacancy costs, cleaning, repairs, marketing. It adds up fast, okay? So just do a rental analysis, please. Strategy 2, reduce vacancy time with strategic marketing. This one's a game changer because every day your property sits vacant, you're going to lose money. In Riverside, the average vacancy takes over 30 days to fill, and when you have that strategic marketing, you can actually just cut it into about 14 days, which literally adds probably about $1,000 into your bottom line. Now, the best way for you to do this would be just getting on as many platforms as possible, okay? Don't just post on Craigslist and hope for the best, all right? You need to be on Zillow, Zumper, Apartments.com, Rental Source, Trulia, Hot Pads, all those different places because you want to get maximum exposure. And what most landlords get wrong is they post terrible photos. In today's market, renters make decisions based on photos before they ever even see the property. There was a research study done on the real estate side that says professional photography helps properties sell 32% faster. And that's a real stat. You don't need to spend thousands, but you could invest in good lighting, clean up the space, and take photos that actually show off your property's best features. And if you can afford it, I honestly get some drone shots in there. It really would help that appeal of the property. And also, the property description matters as well. Don't just list the square footage and the rent, okay? Try and add amenities or different things that are going to come along with that property, right? So one of our clients actually used the marketing strategy that we used, and it cut that vacancy time by 43%, and we actually rented the property in 5 days instead of the typical 30 days. Now, strategy number 3 is to upgrade your rental property every year. This is about preventing the expensive cycle of tenant turnover. And what most landlords don't realize is that's what's going to kill your profits. Because you have repairs, cleaning, lost rent, leasing fees, all that different stuff. It's going to cost you thousands. But if you actually invest in your property annually and keep tenants happy, you're going to reduce turnover. Now, there are 2 types of major improvements. You have renovations and you have smaller upgrades. Renovations, basically bathroom remodels, stuff like that, right? It's going to be big upgrades with big price tickets that really raise that rent price. Now, the smaller upgrades, those are going to be things like landscaping improvements, adding a smart thermostat, stuff like that. Not going to really increase the rent, but it'll at least help the tenant turnover get reduced and make the tenant a little bit happier, help the property feel like home. So always do something to keep your property current, okay? And why does this work? Because it signals to the tenants that you care about the property. Happy tenants renew leases, which means you're a happy owner. Long-term tenants save you money and generate consistent income. And again, document everything with before and after photos, which helps justify the rent increases and provides records for tax purposes. Now, strategy number 4, and this might be the most important one. I know I'm talking fast. Hire a local property manager to protect your profits. I know what you're thinking. Property management fees are going to eat into my profits. But that's actually kind of a myth, and it's backwards thinking to me, because it's actually going to cost landlords more money to not have one. Here's the reality. Professional property management is the closest thing to passive income you can get in real estate. Instead of dealing with those 2 a.m. maintenance calls, tenant screening, rent collection, and all the headaches, the gutter needing repair when you're at your baseball game with your kids, all that stuff, you don't have to deal with it anymore, all right? You don't have to deal with the day-to-day stuff, and property managers bring expertise that you can't replicate usually. And that's not to say if you're somebody with 15 years of experience, maybe you don't need one. But if that's not you, I would really look into it, okay? For example, we had an out-of-state investor who was struggling with vacancies and below-market rents, and after hiring us, we increased their annual net income by $2,800 just by optimizing their rent pricing and reducing vacancy time, okay? Sorry, there's a lot of talking here. Anyways, bottom line here is your time has value, okay? Never forget that. If you're spending hours screening tenants, coordinating repairs, and dealing with property issues, you're not going to build wealth efficiently. That's not something that you should do. Property management frees that time up for you to allow you focusing on more properties getting acquired, growing other aspects of your business, and just hanging out with your family again. So let's wrap this up, all right? Listen, at the end of the day, these strategies aren't just theories. They are proven strategies that have helped our clients generate millions in additional rental income. The Riverside rental market is hot right now, but opportunity doesn't wait. If you're ready to stop leaving money on the table and start maximizing rental income, we're here to help.